Lightness you're describing, Harry, is called being high. I mean, it brings new meaning to your highness. Exactly. I think that this is a dangerous
That's his
conversation.
new nickname, Your Highness.
A storm is brewing behind palace walls, one powerful enough to rattle centuries-old protocol. Prince Harry's recent appearances have sparked fierce whispers of a relapse, and now sources claim the royal family has made a startling private confession. They're bracing for the worst. What pushed them to break their silence, and can they contain the fallout before the world sees the cracks? It all begins with scars that never fully healed. As a young royal, Harry plunged headfirst into London's nightlife, downing vodka shots at Mahiki and allegedly sampling white powder in VIP corners. He once admitted in Spare that lines, smokes, anything that dulled the ache became his escape route after Diana's tragic death. Psychologists note that trauma-driven habits often resurface under extreme stress, no matter how many years pass. And right now, the Duke of Sussex is swimming in stress. If old coping tricks are reawakening, Palisades fear history may repeat itself in the harsh glare of HD news cameras. Fans spotted Harry at a veterans gala clutching a water bottle with white-knuckled tension, blinking rapidly, and fumbling over a simple 3-minute speech. Eagle-eyed viewers tallied 5 stumbles in those short remarks, a stark contrast to his once steady public poise. Days later, paparazzi lenses captured him pacing outside a Montecito cafe alone, shoulders slumped, earbuds in but music off, anxious silence that screamed louder than any playlist. Former Royal Press Secretary Dickie Arbiter told a breakfast show, "Harry's aura is flat, he's there, but not present." The quote ricocheted across tabloids, igniting headlines that something deeper than jet lag was at play. And while Harry's expressions dim, turmoil back home is turning whispers into roars. Meghan's American Riviera orchard drop was supposed to revive their California dream, but instead it detonated a PR landmine. Critics laughed at $28 floral sprinkle jars that looked like potpourri leftovers and blasted her sold-out claim when checkout carts glitched before shoppers even hit purchase. Jam expert Donna Collins doubled down on live radio. "That's not jam, that's syrupy fruit mush you hide at the back of the pantry." Sales trackers later estimated only a few hundred units ever existed, hardly an empire. Insiders say the fiasco led to tense 2 a.m. arguments in the Montecito kitchen, jars clinking while Harry allegedly disappeared for long drives up Highway 1. Tensions reached Buckingham faster than any courier, and the king finally drew his line in the sand. Sources close to Clarence House reveal Charles arranged a video call from Balmoral. Ignoring time zones and schedules, he demanded answers. In that call, he reportedly warned Harry that the sovereign grant cannot plug leaks caused by poor judgment, and hinted that future security costs would be strictly means-tested. One courtier says Charles's brow furrowed deeper than during the Sussex exit negotiations in 2020. Yet, beneath the regal composure, friends say Charles's heart aches. He's haunted by the possibility of another tragic royal headline. Even so, his advisors argue a firm stance might be the last lifeline that forces Harry to confront reality. But if a father's ultimatum cuts deep, a brother's silence slices even deeper. Behind closed doors, William vents about ceaseless chaos. Yet pals reveal he replays childhood memories where he protected Harry from playground bullies. That loyalty hasn't vanished. It's just buried under layers of hurt. Royal reporter Roya Nika claims William secretly received security intel on Harry's whereabouts, ensuring nothing catastrophic occurs on his watch. Meanwhile, Kate, recovering from her own health battle, has urged caution, reportedly telling staff, "He's still family, but boundaries matter." For the first time since Diana's funeral, the brothers haven't spoken in months, but palace tech teams keep their phones synced should an emergency call pierce the stalemate. And emergencies feel closer than ever because a covert crisis unit is already grinding into action. Leaked memos describe a wellness contingency plan, drafted by palace doctors, trauma specialists, and discreet former SAS bodyguards. Phase 1 calls for a private retreat in Botswana, far from paparazzi, close to Harry's beloved conservation projects. Phase 2 deploys a mental health team under NDAs thicker than the crown jewel's vault door. The team reportedly includes renowned addiction counselor Dr. James Desmond, who once helped a high-profile Hollywood star sidestep a public downfall. Insiders admit the plan hinges on Harry's consent. Without it, They fear a very public crash. One aide sighed, "We're racing a ticking clock, and the fuse is shorter than people think." Yet looming above every medical chart is a bureaucratic time bomb: Harry's U.S. visa. Immigration lawyers whisper that Harry's drug admissions and spare could jeopardize his U.S. residency if fresh evidence of recent use surfaces. Federal law bars entry for individuals viewed as current users of controlled substances, and the DHS can revisit any visa at will. Rumor has it media watchdogs already filed Freedom of Information requests probing whether officials granted him special waivers. If Homeland Security decides to reevaluate and Harry fails a screening, deportation proceedings could trigger an international circus. A top attorney bluntly told a morning show, "Public figures rarely get immunity, just delayed scrutiny." One diplomatic source confides that Downing Street dreads the optics of a prince booted from America. And while legal vultures circle, the press pack smells fresh blood in the water. Section 8. The media's turning tide. Remember when glossy magazines crowned Harry and Meghan new global royals? Those days feel ancient. After Spotify axed their multi-million-dollar podcast deal and Netflix trimmed follow-up projects, entertainment editors grew cautious. Now, with relapse rumors swirling, headlines are ruthless. Duke of Despair. Jamgate implodes. Visa nightmare? Each trend spiking thousands of angry comments. Former Sussex-friendly outlets like People Now lace stories with skepticism, reflecting reader fatigue. Veteran columnist Sarah Vine wrote, "Compassion fatigue is still fatigue." Influencers who once championed hashtag Sussex Squad quietly shift content to safer fandoms. When the hype machine stalls, scrutiny goes into overdrive, and Harry's every blink invites a fresh tweet storm. All threads converge on one sobering question: can the Duke pull out of the tailspin before gravity wins? The royal family's whisper confession lays bare a chilling reality: titles and tiaras can't shield a loved one from self-destruction. Harry's visible unraveling, Meghan's brand chaos, Charles's stern line, William's silent dread, looming visa woes, and a media landscape eager for spectacle have fused into a volatile powder keg. One spark, an embarrassing photo, a failed sobriety test, a DHS letter, could ignite a scandal eclipsing Megxit itself. Yet hope isn't extinct. Allies still believe Botswana's quiet plains or a tightly managed rehab stint could rewrite this narrative if Harry takes the lifeline. But the window narrows daily, and sympathy drains faster than a Buckingham champagne flute at midnight. Whether the next royal chapter sings of redemption or tragedy depends on decisions made in urgent midnight calls and hushed palace corridors right now. The world watches with morbid curiosity as history inches toward its verdict. Will decisive action pull the Duke back from the brink, or will the next front page headline read like a royal catastrophe no fairy tale can mend? One thing certain, whatever happens next will forever reshape the modern monarchy, because some stories, once revealed, can never be sealed away again.